Hey viewers, welcome back. Today we're going to be building a supply transition for our new equipment. We have an American Standard furnace with a 60,000 BTU air conditioning coil, and we need to build the supply transition to connect this new unit to the existing ductwork. Over here on the table I have already got that drawn up of what needs to be made. We take a look here, and I've got to go from a 19.5 to a 19, and I got to go from 22.75 to 34, and I got to do all that in a 20-inch hive. So I got my 4-foot by 10-foot sheet metal and my ruler, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to construct this into 4 separate pieces. The side obviously is going to be a different length. Right now I need to cut out a piece of metal that's 34 inches. But I've got to add 1/4-inch bends because we're going to Pittsburgh seam these sides, and these tabs have to fit into that slot. So we've got to actually cut this to a 34.5, and this needs to be 23.25. Right? Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and start laying the metal out and getting it cut and getting this front side done. Hold on tight. Okay, so we got that out to 21. I don't know if you're going to see, if you can see these lines. You're just going to have to trust me because they're small marks. A little slippage. Put it back in there. All right. So now we're going to cut that. Good. Now we're going to stomp it. Alright, here's our piece. So now we got to go from 34 down to 23.25. So we measure out 23.25 right there. There. Mark there. This is our 1 inch that we're going to be folding flat. Go ahead and get that in there, because if you use that part in your measurements, then you're in trouble. I got enough up there. All right, so we go from, instead of just making it at a sharp angle like that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring this down 3 inches. Because I like to have things squared off when I fit into the slip joints. So there's 3 inches there. And I'm going to bring this one up 3 inches as well. Okay. And now we measure from the end of that to the end of this. And that gives us our angle that we need. There's our angle. We cut that out. I cut right on the line. I don't know if you guys can see the line or not. Just have to trust me. I know that's a big thing nowadays, trust, but trust me. Okay. So I needed to mark my 1/4 inch. I said we was gonna need. Just right there. I don't know if you guys can see these scribe marks. They're there. Might be hard to see on the camera, especially with reflective metal. And this is going to be 1 inch. So if we measure from this line to the top, we should have 20, and we do, and that's what we were after, 20 inches in height. Got it. So now we got to cut these little corners out so we could fold these 1/4 inch lip pieces up. I usually cut straight in. I angle this a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little. Give me clearance when we're measuring out, or folding up, I mean. Okay. All right, so you know what we got to do now? Yep, got to make another one. And I traced. I'm not going to measure all that out again when I got a pattern right here that I can use. Do is get everything lined up like that. Perfect. Perfect. start marking. Now, there it is. Only thing is, when you lay this one out, it's got to be mirror image. Mirror image. Now, we got to snip out these pieces right here in the bends, angles, so we can get those to stand up. I know this is all gonna make sense to you guys here shortly. Okay. What is that? We go over here to our brake. Put our piece in there. All right, fold that at a 90-degree angle. I forgot to put my cross brake in there before I bent that, so ain't no big deal. We get it in there now. Always need to have a cross brake in there. Helps make the ductwork rigid and keeps it from making popping noises when the blower comes on and off. There we are. Cross broke. Got one side. The other one we got to bend by hand. Okay guys, this is our Pittsburgh machine. We're going to form Pittsburghs in here to make our mechanical fittings, machine fittings, and I'll show you here in just a few minutes how that works. Okay, this is what the Pittsburgh does. It makes these this seam, and I got a piece of scrap metal here with a 1/4 inch bend on it, and that slips down into that groove right there, like that. And then what we'll do is we'll hammer this flap over, and it locks it all into place. So those other two fittings that I made earlier that had these 1/4 inch bends, that's what goes into this groove, and that's how we lock it all into place. All right folks, went ahead and finished out the rest of the fabbing, insulated it, got it ready to put together. So let's get started on that. Now these are the Pittsburgh grooves that I was telling you guys about earlier, and they're going to slip down in these 1/4 inch bends, and then we'll fold them over, and that's going to lock it all in place. installation we needed. Going from the new unit to the existing ductwork. Alright, catch you on the next one.